All right. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Sorry, my Zoom screen went away, so I couldn't see any head nods or anything. All right, so I promise I will not take up too much of your time. I am so excited to be here tonight with you guys and share some of this. Hopefully, I will make a small, maybe big impact on each and every one of you guys. And like I mentioned at the beginning, for some of you that heard, may not have heard, I do have a PowerPoint. I'm happy to share that with you guys, but feel free to take some screenshots. If you have any questions or what have you, I'll leave some time at the end. Like I said, I would like to leave this at 30 minutes because I know all of our time is valuable. So my name is Mary Kathryn Ewing, and thank you for coming to the Ready, Set, Spring little session. As you can see on our screen, our agenda will have a small introduction, then move into the getting started, put your plan into action, utilizing the SOG, and SOG is system of growth, expanding your business, review your plan, and then finishing up with mix it up. So we will start with our introduction. And I like to start with this little quote because I'm a firm believer in big, big dreams. So always dream big and don't let anyone limit your dreams because the possibilities are endless. And I personally started on this journey taking the drops 11 months ago. And I have been in the business for 10 months and I hit senior vice president at the beginning of December. And I've been working diligently for the past 6 months on that next rank advancement. And I have had the absolute pleasure of helping so many people better their lives as well as make some extra money, whether they're on my team, they're customers, or they're cross lines. Maybe they have no financial ties to me whatsoever. And it's just absolutely fulfilling. So, again, thank you guys for giving me this opportunity to speak tonight. So, just a little bit about myself. I started on this journey looking for something to lose the weight that I had gained after having half my thyroid taken out. I had gained over 70 pounds and was eating right. I was exercising, stopped exercising because it wasn't doing anything, and found my missing puzzle piece last summer. Started July 17th, and I'm now down 72 pounds and lots of inches. But I will tell you that when I first started, I was experiencing the better sleep, lower anxiety, increased energy, better mood. And now months later, even realizing that how I deal with stress is a lot different. So that to me is just an absolute blessing. And then the weight came off. The weight was that added benefit. And I didn't realize that I was looking for so much more than just losing those pounds that I needed to lose. And I've grown an enormous amount of friends and family, friends that are family, and it continues to grow. So it's absolutely rewarding. But I personally have sold over 250 boxes. I have a full-time remote job. And so I do this based on selling boxes through social media. There's days that I do not see another adult because I work fully remote. So with that being said, I have really utilized the system of growth. I have utilized the resources in place and have sold all of my boxes through social media. Now, I did do a Super Saturday in January. We had about 75 people there. It was a huge success with a few hundred that were actually connected through Zoom. So that was super exciting. I have been to many events. I highly encourage the events. They definitely help you to get that excitement built. Went to Orlando last fall when I had only been in the company for 2 weeks and got out of my comfort zone. And I have just been running ever since. So I wish that for each and every one of you guys so very much. And I look forward to getting to know each of you guys even better, or for all the newbies, getting to know you. So we are going to dive in to our first piece, which is, do you have a plan? And that's the one question that you need to ask yourself. Do you have a plan where this business is concerned? Do you have a plan for your health journey? You know, business growth happens in many stages, as we're aware, and it's a cycle. And every time something new is implemented, there will be changes in your business. So, for example, for those of us that attend the IPA calls, they're all the time giving us tips and tricks, and then we're able to leave and implement that. For those of you that are not getting on those IPA calls, that is the number one call I would highly recommend. It has been a great impact on my business as well as many team members and many others. So, you know, as you implement those new changes, for example, those new ideas, keep in mind that your plan may alter a little bit, hopefully for the better. But you know, some of it is trial and error. So don't get discouraged. Try to stay as positive as you can. You know, I'm a big advocate on the mindset. You know, you have to have that positive mindset. I'm not telling you have to be perfect, but to have that positive mindset, you know, you will soar. I can guarantee you. And ask yourself right now, what stage are you in at this time? Because I can guarantee that each and every one of us are at a different stage, and that's okay. And I point this out because, you know, we are human and we do have the tendency to compare ourselves to others when others are, you know, excelling maybe at a faster rate than we are. Or maybe we have people on our team who aren't going as fast as we would like them to. And all I say is focus on you. So for me, every single day, I'm constantly saying, Mary Kathryn, focus on you. How can you better yourself? How can you help your team? How can you inspire? And how can you lead by example? And so that's something that I would love for you guys when you leave here tonight to ask yourself. One, what is your plan? And if you don't have a plan, get to work. But also, if you do have a plan in place, you know, what stage are you in at this time? And what can you do to get to that next positive stage? The next piece is going to be getting started. So you have made a commitment. You've made a commitment with yourself on this health journey. You've made a commitment through the business that you want to make that extra money for whatever reason. When I started on this business, I basically said, okay, every single month, my goal is to at least get a 4-pack, because if I get a 4-pack, I can sell 3, and my fourth I can consume, which means I won't be out any money because I'll get mine for free, but also I'll be able to stay on the drop so that I can continue on this health journey. And then what I found within the first couple of weeks, I surpassed that goal. So I had to move to the next goal because I made this commitment with myself. And so another goal is to make $250 a week, because for those of you that may not know, if you get $250 in base pay, the company will give you 15% in a savings bonus, which to me, I look at it as like a 401k. So again, I've made this commitment and I'm finding these various buckets within the business and I'm setting goals. So you guys have made those commitments as well. And so I would strongly encourage you to remind yourself, what is your commitment? What is your why? Don't let yourself down. Forget about everybody else, but you need to be selfish in this moment and you need to focus on you, because if you are no good to yourself, you're no good to anyone else. And that is what I had to realize at the beginning of my health journey. And I'm so thankful that I made that commitment. So at this time that we are getting started, our onboarding is underway. Andrea Rosser has done an amazing job doing a video that's actually in our board. So you do have access to that, where it does also have a PowerPoint where she goes through the onboarding and through the various stages. And you're working with your upline and your team members. And I strongly encourage to utilize your upline. Constantly stay in touch with them, whether it be by text or phone call, every single day, every single week. Just make it work, because you staying in contact with them, your team is only going to grow and get even stronger. And again, we're all in this together. We're all helping each other out. So lean on each other. Plans are put in place to start making money and changing lives. So utilize those. Utilize all the free resources that we have from corporate, that we have from Dr. Crystal and Ashley, that we have from Andrea Rosser and Brent Palmer, that we have from all of our various leaders, Todd and Ashley Rowland. I mean, I could sit here and name a gazillion of them. We have so many extraordinary leaders that have helped us to put these plans in place. So utilize that. And if for some reason you have no clue what I'm talking about, get with me afterwards or get with your upline and say, what in the world was she talking about? I got to have this. We will definitely make sure that you are taken care of. Our next item is going to be to put your plan into action. How many times in our life have we had a plan and then we don't do anything with it, but we still expect results? I am guilty of that. I've done it plenty of times. I am human. But when we do get this plan in place, we do have to put it in action so that we can see results and we can see what works and what doesn't work. And so my top 4 pieces with putting your plan into action. Number 1, consistency. Post daily and plug in. I know you guys have probably heard this 1,000 times. Consistency and persistency is actually what Ken always says. But it's true. Post daily at the 9 and 3. And if for some reason the 9 and 3 does not work for you, pick another time, 8 and 5. Whatever you do, just be consistent. And then, like I said, plug in. We have the Coach's Corner Monday through Friday. We have the IPA, which is the number 1 call. If I had to pick any calls, I want to be on that IPA call. And that's at 9:15 Monday through Friday. Of course, this is Central Time that I'm referencing. And then, of course, we have our corporate calls on Monday night at 8 o'clock Central Time. We have the prospect Zoom that Fred does and Ashley does. They always do a phenomenal job on Mondays at 7 Central Time. And then we have Saturday trainings at 9. And then there's various events. And I could not encourage the events more than anything. I at least try to make one a month. Most of the time I have to travel 6+ hours to get to the various events, but I know how important it is because I have made this commitment and I want to keep those relationships and those connections, and I only want to grow. And so it's extremely beneficial to be able to go to all of these events in various states and be around all these positive people. It just has had a huge positive impact on my life. The second item is going to be your delivery, to be yourself. Don't be Mary Kathryn. Don't be Sally. Don't be Bob. Be you. You can copy and paste anything off my page. You can copy and paste anything off someone else's page. We are here to share. Just keep in mind that you need to be you. So when you get out of your comfort zone and decide to make a reel, don't make something that is not you. There's nothing wrong with being you. We want you to be you. So just remember that when you're doing your delivery, because people want to get to know the real you. The third item is going to be timing. Post at the high traffic times, 9 and 3, like I previously mentioned. However, if you are able to get in professional mode, then you can actually schedule your post. And if you're not in professional mode, I would highly encourage that if you have that capability. Unfortunately, my Facebook page does not allow me that option. So I plan all of my posts the night before, and then I post at 9 and 3 every single day. I do not miss a day. I have not missed a day since I started, and I've had fantastic results. Again, going at my own pace. I may not be going as fast as some others, but I'm also may not be going as slow as some others. I'm going at Mary Kathryn's pace. And that is what's of utmost importance, is you're competing with yourself. You're not competing with the person next to you. And the last item is going to be your audience. Know your audience. Don't centralize yourself with just your age group, because guess what? Most of my sales and most of the people that I've been able to help are actually outside of my age group. And it has been the most fulfilling thing ever. So make sure that you're broadening that audience, that you're making your post public so that you can possibly be intriguing the younger generation, the older generation, the in-betweens. we're all young around here. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter our age, but sometimes our needs are going to kind of differ the older that we get. Next item is going to be utilizing the SOG. For those of you that don't know what SOG stands for, it's System of Growth. They've done a phenomenal job of putting it together, and guess what? It works. Make sure that you have a good foundation and follow the system, because guess what? It works. Also, get out of your comfort zone. Be authentic, believe in yourself, and prepare yourself for success. And when I say get out of your comfort zone, I'm going to use myself as an example, okay? I had to put this picture on here because I posted this picture. I think I did an animated story and got over 200 views because I had a jumping frog in there. And I got out of my comfort zone because to me, I was being goofy. But I was having fun. It was me. I had to get out of my comfort zone of posting twice a day. I was scared beyond belief. Previously, actually, I wouldn't be on Facebook for a good month at times. I was only on there checking my kids' stuff. And that was the only thing that I was utilizing Facebook for example. So I had to get out of my comfort zone and post, but I was willing to take that leap because I made that commitment to make a difference and to help others as well as help myself. Utilize the 4-week social media post as they're laid out for you. There is a rhyme and reason that they are in the order that they are. And I highly, highly encourage to do the 4-week social media post. And if you're in professional mode, you can go ahead and schedule that. So that's even better. So what I do is I post for the 4-week social media post. And then the next 2 weeks, I will take random posts that I've gotten from other people or that I've created. So once I'm at that 6-week mark, I then start the social media post all over again. Because guess what? Not even all of my friends saw those posts. We often think, oh my gosh, my friends have seen this already. I don't need to do it again. Well, honestly, if they see it again, they're going to see the consistency. And I have so many people here that have said, look, I've been watching you for 6 months. You got to tell me about these drops. I got to get a box. So people are watching, even if we're hearing crickets. And I know a lot of you guys out there know exactly what I'm talking about. But it works. So please do that 4-week social media posts that are laid out in the order that they are. And then use the scripts and the videos available. Again, these items are on our boards app, which Andrea Rosser, Dr. Crystal, Ashley, they have done an amazing job. And I know we have some other leaders. Brittany, I know, has her own board for her huge team. We have so many people that are utilizing the tools that we have, and they're making them even better just for you. So utilize those tools. The next item is going to be to expand your business. And I don't know if you realize this, but we have a global business at our fingertips. So run with it. Why not? I think that that's an amazing opportunity. It's fantastic. Select your content, enhance your content, add posts, reels, videos, stories, quotes, etc. Just make it fun. As you can see here, I took a few clippings to kind of show you the random stuff that I've posted. Take pictures of your food in the grocery store, boxes when they come in. I've taken a picture of my tennis shoes and put quotes with them. Don't make this harder than what it needs to be. Just be you. What do you enjoy? Do you enjoy hunting? Do you enjoy cooking? Do you enjoy reading, lounging around? Whatever it is, just take a little glimpse shot. It doesn't even have to be of you. And then just write one little sentence. And I mean, you'll be amazed at the amount of people that will comment on random everyday life. And then when we make our post, again, we hear crickets. But with that being said, I will encourage you guys to friend people or follow people that are in the business, because they will then come and support you. and you in return will support them. And what happens is other people that have nothing to do with the business will see all those responses and will see the engagement on your post, and they will start to reach out to you in private, because there's not too many people out there that will say, oh, I need to lose weight. Oh, I'm going through menopause. A lot of people don't just throw that out there. So keep that in mind as you're going through your plan and making a plan as far as your post and anything that you're going to do to help and succeed in this business. Now, where I put ad post, reels, videos, stories, quotes, the reason behind that is we say, do your post, the 9 and 3, but then throw life, family, love, any of that in between. One, people want to see that you're a real person. People want to see that it's not just about drops. And people want to make sure that you're not a scammer. So with that being said, there's a lot of times that I'll find a quote and I will just post the quote. There's reels that I will do. Again, nothing fancy. Maybe I was making a drink, or maybe I was, preparing my lunch for the day. Again, nothing fancy. It's just showing my real life. And then what I do is I add it to my story. And the one reason that I point out stories is because I make it a point to always have my stories going. This is going to be Facebook and Instagram stories, because on my account, I have them connected. So when I post on one, it will automatically post on the other. But I at least have 5 stories at a time, constantly rotating, because guess what? I want Mary Kathryn Ewing to be a buzzword in households around the world. Mm-hmm. So that is my ultimate goal. And I encourage you guys to do the same, because you never know who is watching your stories. I have a different demographic watching my stories than I do my post and my reels. So food for thought, just keep that in mind. And when you make your post, you can share them to the stories. So again, you're not having to reinvent the wheel. And our second to last item is reviewing your plan. Are you doing the footwork? Do you need to change anything about your plan? How is your audience responding to your plan? These are questions you need to be asking yourself so that you can continue to grow and you can continue to make your plan even better. Because guess what? We are going to keep growing and keep getting bigger and bigger. And there's going to be a new idea day after day. And we want to be able to take those ideas and implement it to help us to succeed. So keep that in mind when you're going through all your steps. And, a huge piece is building those relationships. I cannot stress that enough. Building the relationships within Partner Co., like I mentioned, friending and following people that are within the business. Whenever there's someone speaking on a Zoom, I will then immediately go and friend or follow them so that I can start engaging with them. Building those relationships with your customers. They're not just a box of drops. They're a person. They're someone that you're helping and changing their life. You're getting to know them. Now, some of them, they'll end up ghosting us, but we have no control over that. But understand what their reasoning is. Understand why they want these drops and how you can help. Because I can guarantee you developing those relationships will then transition them into being a part of your team. Whether it's they actually want to make this a business for themselves, or they just want to get the products at our cost. Either way, we love them all. So build those relationships, and I can guarantee you will have huge success. Consider the bigger audience. Like I previously said, can't stress it enough. Make sure that you are reaching a bigger audience. Make those posts public so that you can reach the bigger audience. Go and like and love other people's posts that are not within the company and that are within the company. And that way you're kind of sharing the love and you're boosting those algorithms. Make sure that when people pop up and they have birthdays, go wish them a happy birthday. Facebook wants to see your engagement, and it's all based on all the algorithms as far as boosting. So I can't encourage that enough. And then encourage others to share their results. I don't post anybody's results if they have not given consent. However, I do encourage my customers, my brand partners, when you are ready, share your results. Because when you become a product of the product, it is just an amazing feeling to touch so many lives. And I can truly say, I am a product of the product. And now I can share that love with so many people. And it is so fulfilling. I'm actually getting chills right now talking about it. But keep it simple. I mean, I cannot say it enough. Just keep it simple. Don't make this, a science project, because it's not. We have all these ideas, and what you do with it is completely up to you. Like I mentioned at the very beginning, whatever you put in it is what you're going to get out of it. And, you know, again, keep it simple. And last but not least, mix it up. Don't limit your network. Sky is the limit. We are in over 57 countries. Can you believe it? I mean, that is just amazing to me. And with that being said, remember, get out of your comfort zone. It's going to be okay. You can do it. Take baby steps if you have to. And if it isn't working, let's see why it's not working and possibly try something different. We have so many people around here that are willing to help you. And just be you. Do the footwork and the rest will fall into place. Thank you guys so very much. I'm so sorry that we actually went over 1 minute because we got started late, but I'm happy to stay on and take any questions that you guys might have. So you just let me know.
Very good.
Otherwise, you guys can drop.
I have a question, Mary Kathryn.
Yeah.
I've wondered this a couple times because I did want to start reposting the stuff in the boards app. Do you change the wording at all, or do you use the exact wording again?
I do not. So at the very beginning, I actually started changing, and my OCD self kind of got in the way, and I wanted to change grammatical errors or spacing. Yeah. And so a few months ago, I stopped doing that.
Okay.
I guess it was 2 social media times ago when I did the 4-week challenge, social media post. And I actually have gotten more responses on those when I've left them alone. And it was told to me, leave it alone. But there was just a part of me that just I couldn't help it.
That's why I ask.
Yeah. So going forward,
is like,
yeah.
Okay.
Going forward, just post it and don't think twice. Just hit post and move on.
Perfect.
Are we going to have access to this video?
Say that again.
Are we going to have access to this video?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I have a cousin who had her thyroid taken out, and I want her to hear your testimony.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
Mary Kathryn. Okay,
Yes.
you mentioned that you did the 6 weeks post,
Yes.
Well, I only see 4 weeks.
Right. So there's 4 weeks in there, but then 2 weeks, I basically created my own on a separate boards.
Okay.
However, I got some of those from other people within the company that I saw floating around, or I created my own. So what I encourage people is, if you can do the 4 weeks, definitely do them in that order. And then feel free to come on my page or other people's page and just copy and paste some of the other posts that we're making.
Okay. And then I have one more question or thought. Is it, the posts that say, I have a box coming in, or it'll be the boxes with the X's on them and that kind of thing. That's not the truth. And so, I mean, like what, for me, because
Right.
I haven't ordered a box of,
Right.
of the boxes.
So yes. So any post that would not sound true to me, and this is completely my opinion, I would not post, or in that case, Brittany, I would reword it. So, I mean, you can easily skip over it as you're like building, because I completely get it. I don't want to post something that is not the truth. However, a lot of times as you're building your business, that is the constant truth. So you don't think twice about it. But I will tell you in that instance, I will change up the wording just a little bit. If I don't have, if I don't have any boxes on hand, I'm not going to say I have boxes on hand. I may say I have boxes that I'm going to order, or I'm going to make an order, because I am in the future. I just
Right.
haven't yet.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that I can see. I was just afraid that if I said that I had like one box left or whatever, then somebody's gonna say, oh, but I want that box, because I have somebody right now asking for the ingredients, and so like
Right.
we're moving forward with her on Messenger, and so I feel like she's gonna want to order, and then so yeah, I know
Absolutely.
that in the future I'll be ordering that, but I don't have one on hand right now that I can get or see.
Right. Right.
Anyway, okay, thank you.
Yeah. You're so welcome.
Mary Kathryn, you have a question in the chat. Are you using boosting groups with your posts?
I was. I stopped because it was another task that I was having to do, because I know that we were in the boosting group. If you ask to be boost, then you need to reciprocate and boost the 3 above you. And sometimes it got kind of crazy, but I will tell you, some people were not in a public setting. And so I wasn't even able to comment to boost their post. So I did stop doing that. However, you bring up a valid point. Every single comment that is made on my post, I respond to every single one, whether it be with verbiage or with emojis. I acknowledge those people. I don't care if you're in the business or out of the business, it's going to boost that algorithm. And I'm not perfect. Sometimes I'll get hundreds of comments and I can't keep up. But I do my best to at least go back and comment and like and love on every single one of them. Anybody else?
Mary
Yeah.
Kathryn. Hey, first, thanks for doing this. This is great.
Absolutely.
I follow your stories a lot, and I know that you have a lot that you use over and over. Do you save your stories and then repost?
They're actually saved in the archive.
Okay.
So if you go into Facebook, if you go into your account and where you're on your profile and you have the 3 dots, and then it expands all your options,
Right.
about half the way down, it says archive. And if you select archive, every single story you have ever posted is there. And so there's a lot of times, like when I'm out of town, I will repost those so I don't have to reinvent the wheel, but I want to make sure that my stories stay active.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Another one in the chat, Mary Kathryn. If someone asks for info and you send the info, then crickets, what do you suggest?
Info as in like script 1?
I'm assuming that's what they mean.
Okay. So we're going to
You guys
assume,
can unmute and ask.
yeah. So if you send script 1 and you hear crickets, I give it a day or 2 and I come back and say, hey, I'm going to place a bulk order and just don't want to miss out on you. Want to make sure that you're taken care of. Were you still interested, or would you like some additional information? I make it very genuine. And, as I want to help them, I don't want to rush them, but I also don't want to leave them hanging. And sometimes they'll still ghost you. And then sometimes they'll come back 3 months later and say, hey, can I get that box?
They
So,
always come back. Always.
Yes. Yes. Because they're constantly seeing your stories. They're seeing these results and they finally had enough. And it's like, okay, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. So, anyone else? Nope. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I had a great evening with you guys sharing all the things. If you have any questions, let me know and I will make sure that we get this posted so you guys can have access to it. Have a great evening.
Mary Kathryn.
Thank
Thank you, Mary
Thank you.
Kathryn.
Thank you. It was awesome.
Very great.